Hello YouTube. I was cleaning up my garage a little bit and decided to do a quick review on this little guy. This is the titanium 125 from Harbor Freight. It's a Flux Core Welder. Let me zoom out a little. So I want to do this review mostly because this is a really easy, super simple welder, and I am not a welder. In fact, I've really only used this machine to weld anything, and so if you're a welder, this video is not for you. If you're not a welder and you want to do a little bit of welding, then this can be a really beneficial. Hopefully this can be a beneficial one on for you selecting something. So this thing is super easy to operate, and there's really only you have a plug, and this is a 110, so you put it into a normal outlet. I have in my garage, I have an outlet it's a dedicated line. It's the only plug on it in my garage that I ran myself that has a little bit higher current, and so I usually use that, but I've used it on I've used it on a normal circuit because this is portable and I can move it around. It's not tied to my garage, which is one really cool thing about it. Yeah, so other than being 110, you have the ground, and then once you have you have to make the circuit, and then you have the actual gun, and that's it. There's no gas. It welds really well. Yeah, you don't have to worry about gas. All you do is touch the little tip and it starts welding, and you have this trigger for it to pull out. You can't switch. These don't. I mean, this comes off, but there's not another place I can stick it, so it's like it's set. This is the way it is. And then you have a dial for, this is your wire feed. Oh no, this is the voltage. So I changed my voltage, and then I changed my wire speed here, and that's it. And there's no, I don't know, it's just super simple. So Harbor Freight has another one like this that's cheaper. It's not a titanium, it's their Chicago Electric one. This one I got for $200. The other one is cheaper, and I would recommend at least doing this one. So for $200, this is a great welder. I've heard the other one that has pretty mixed. People say it's pretty hard to get dialed in, but this one I've had, as somebody that doesn't weld, this has been super easy to use. And then the only other thing, this comes back off, and this is your wire. And I did reviews online, and I saw that Lincoln sells Flux Core that's they say that it's pretty clean and it's better to use. So I'm sure that the Vulcan or whatever wire that Harbor Freight does, it's okay, but I use the Lincoln wire. I don't know, and they're about the same price. You buy it at Home Depot. All right, so again, super simple. Now, when you're at Harbor Freight, 2 more things you should buy, or 3 things you should buy. Buy their helmets. They're cheap and they work. I bought this, and it's been working great. It's an auto dimming, so I can see, and then I can't. Then it automatically darkens when it starts, and I've never had a problem. My brother-in-law suggested that before I use it, if it's daylight, you stick it out in the sun for a few minutes, and then of course once you start using it, it recharges, because this sucker is making lots of UV radiation. So after you get those, buy the Vulcan Defender gloves if your hands are either a large or extra large. They only have a large or extra large size. The larges fit me really nicely. They're a lot better than They're just a really comfortable glove. I know Lincoln has a nice pair that are probably just as good as these, or maybe even better, for about the same price. But I couldn't find them at Home Depot. They might be at Lowe's, but I have to be there. Every time I've gone, I either see them or I don't. So I bought these ones at Harbor Freight, and I really liked them. My daughter's taking welding in high school, and I had to go online to buy her a size small welding gloves. But anyways, buy these if they fit you. Don't buy the cheaper ones. Buy the Vulcan, the nicer ones. For MIG TIG, I think is what they're, or for MIG at least. But then I bought this at Home Depot, but you can buy it at Harbor Freight too. But buy a mask like this. Way better than breathing in whatever's coming out of here. I don't know. But anyways, if you're not a welder and I've only needed to weld it. Sometimes you just really need to weld something, but it's only a little bit. Like I needed to weld a nut on a bolt that broke off. The threads broke off, and so I had to weld a little nut on it. Just needed a dirty weld, and it twisted right out. There's small things that I've needed to weld. Now I'm starting to weld more, and I'm getting better. But I welded my neighbor's exhaust pipe. They had a crack in it. I was burning holes in it, and then I watched some YouTube tutorials, and it showed me how to do really thin stuff with it. Get wire brushes. There's lots of videos about welding on YouTube that better than me. I'm not a welder, but this sucker I've been able to weld with. So if you want to get into it and you're intimidated or you don't know what to buy, this is definitely something that I recommend to just get going and start melting metal. The other part is that it's really small and easy to put away, and there's no gas. Did I tell you that? There's no gas. It's so easy to use. But let me show you. I'll put it away and then I'll show you where it is. Okay, so here I have these shelves, and I just get everything in this one shelf. So the welder's back here. This is a grinding mask or a face shield. These are for grinding and cutting discs and stuff. And then I have this big, the wire cord that's wound loosely. I'm trying not to, I don't want it to pinch. Then my welding helmet, for some reason I keep it in this box. And then in this box, which is just a cardboard box I cut to keep the shape, I put my gloves. This is another thing you want to get. I got it from Lincoln, but when you don't have a lot of hair on your head and you're grinding or welding and stuff falls right on the top, you want a welding cap to go under. Otherwise there's no protection. And then I got a welding jacket as well. But I keep all the welding stuff in this here, and I keep the whole drawer all welding. Look at that. You can't do that with a big machine. You can only do it with this little one. So yeah, just to reiterate the point, if you've never been welding, maybe you were good at welding and you need a cheap welder to put at your house just for the occasional little weld here and there, and you don't want to store gas and you don't want to mess with any of that stuff, and you just want something that can weld. You can weld it outside in the wind. That one right there, super easy to store. Thanks for watching.